guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So today's video is a review of a brand new launch from Nip and Fab. It is the Hyaluronic Fix Extreme4. So Nip and Fab have kindly sent me a selection of the range to try for you. I think I've got like the whole collection. So I've been using it now for about a week, so it is kind of first impressions, but I'll show you some before and after pictures towards the end of the video. So it's not a paid for review or anything like that. They are sent to me just to try out and sort of share how I found them. So there are some great products in this range, but also I'll explain that as we go through. So I have reviewed Nip and Fab before. I reviewed their Salicylic Fix range. I'll put a card here if you want to see that video. That range works really, really well for me. So my skin is, I describe it as oily combination. However, just lately I have been getting a lot of dry patches, sort of around the hairline and on my neck and sort of side of my head a little bit. And this range does seem to have helped. So I have got 6 products to share with you, and we're going to look at them all. We're going to look at textures. I'm going to tell you how I found using them every day, and yeah, I'll sort of share my results and findings. We'll also talk about how much each individual item costs. I'll link everything down below. There are some fantastic deals over on Boots and the Nip and Fab's website. I think Boots has got like 25% off the range, so now is a great time if you do want to try any of the products. Anyway, let's jump right in. So Nip and Fab describe the range as being the hydration hit you've been searching for. Revive dry, tired skin with our unique blend of 4 powerful ingredients. It boosts instant and long-term hydration for the ultimate glow. Okay, so starting off with the cleanser. So it's the Hyaluronic Fix Extreme4 Cleansing Cream, Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. It's 150ml or 5.27 fluid ounce. It says apply to dry skin and massage in a circular motion to break down daily build-up and remove with a muslin or damp cloth, rinse with warm water and pat dry. And you can use morning or night. It says it can also be used in the shower. So I have been using it morning and night, but I don't tend to use it in the shower because I find the water can be a little bit too hot. So I try not to put really hot water on my face, so I don't actually do that. But I have been using it exactly as described. I have tried it for taking off makeup and also for just cleansing my face. I find it works well for both, so I can sort of use it twice if I want to make sure I've got everything off. So it says it's got a high molecular weight hyaluronic acid to plump the look of skin through hydration, a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid which helps to tackle the look of fine lines and wrinkles, polyglutamate acid which is in pretty much all the products I believe, which holds 4 times the amount of water and hydrates, providing a healthy looking glow. And polyglutamate acid, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is like a new beauty buzz ingredient. It seems to start appearing in a lot of quite high-end products as well and expensive products. I'm really happy to see it in here. And tremolo, which is a naturally derived form of hyaluronic acid and provides moisture to the skin. So it comes in a nice big squeezy tube. You get a lot of products in here and you don't really need that much. So it literally has the texture of almost like a body cream, I would say. So you just massaging this onto dry skin and it feels nice. It's got a lot of kind of slip to it and it just feels nice to give your face a little bit of a massage. It hasn't really got much in the way of a scent to it. I'm just going to start to add some water to it. So hopefully you can see the texture just changes slightly when you start to introduce a bit of water to it. So it kind of goes even further. And your skin does feel ridiculously soft. So the only sort of negative, if you want to call it that, about this product, it didn't have as much of a scent when I was using it on my face, but afterwards, like now when I smell the back of my hands, I find it's got a little bit of almost like a slightly medicinal smell to it, like if you used a cream prescribed by your doctor, that kind of thing. However, it doesn't last, and other than actually trying to smell for it, you're probably not going to notice it. I was just literally trying to play devil's advocate and find anything that kind of was a negative, and struggling a little bit. It made my skin super soft. It didn't strip it, didn't dry it out, and obviously I haven't got super dry skin. This is a range, really, I would say, that would be targeted more towards super dry skin. But actually I've got oily combo skin and it works just as well at sorting out all those dry patches for me. So none of the ranges cause breakouts or anything. I'm jumping ahead, but you know, it's a good one. Then we have got some little hyaluronic pads. So these are called the Hyaluronic Fix Extreme4 Micellar Daily Cleansing Pads. Now, I've used products like this many, many times before. I used the Nip and Fab ones from the Salicylic range. And a lot of these types of products will have skincare acids in. So they're great, they're resurfacing, they're doing all this stuff, but it's not a product you can really use when your skin's reacting, because it might just, you know, irritate it, make it worse. These I found I can use no matter what my skin's doing, and I also find that they're actually making sure you've taken everything off with your cleanser. So I best show you what they are, hadn't I? There's a little pre-soaked pad like this. It also has little bubbly bits on, and I just find I use it to sort of sweep all over my face and all of my neck once I've cleansed and obviously dried my face. And I can just feel it as I'm doing it. You can feel that cooling effect and just that little bit of extra hydration. So it almost acts as like an essence and a toner in one. And it just feels amazing on the face and on the neck. And like I said, for me, it makes sure I've removed all of my makeup, if I'm wearing makeup, all my SPF, all my skincare, everything. So it feels like you're really kind of starting from that clean canvas. And because it leaves your skin slightly damp when you've just applied it, if you then go in with the serums and things afterwards, which I'm going to show you in just a second, then that is also helping to pull a bit more moisture into the skin and also sort of sandwiching that layer of hydration between the serums as well. So as expected, the range actually works even better the more of it you use together. And I'm not going to keep repeating it, but again, this has the high molecular weight and low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, the polyglutamate acid and the tremella as well. And they're also fragrance free. And we get 60 pads in here. So if you're using them morning and night, that's like a month's supply. So towards the end of the video, I will also rate all of the products, like my favorites to my least favorites, which is kind of hard to do. But anyway, my favorite, spoiler alert already, is this next product. These are amazing. I've literally already started recommending them to people after like one use. That's how good they are. So these are the Extreme4 Jelly Eye Patches. These are just the best eye patches ever, and I have used some really high-end, really expensive ones. Now, a bit of a disclaimer, so with under eye masks, of course they're not gonna, you know, change your life. The effects are only gonna be kind of temporary. But for me, it's like an elevated treatment rather than just using an eye cream. They're just such a good formulation. They're like magic. So when you open up the lid like this, it even comes with a little pair of tweezers, so you can pull out the eye masks without having to like stick your fingers in there. And I'm gonna have to be really careful how I show you this because there's lots of the serum in here. But when I've bought these sorts of eye masks before, they tend to be individually wrapped, which isn't great for the environment, whereas this contains 20 patches, 20 pairs all in one. So I'm trying to tip it without tipping the product out. So this is what they look like. So I find compared to some other eye masks I've used, they adhere to your under eyes really, really well. Whereas, like I said, I use a lot of these. I've used a lot of eye masks that move around. So, you know, it's fine if you've got time to lie down and shut your eyes for 20 minutes while the treatment's doing its thing. But it's not great if you want to get on with other things, which most of us do, or if you want to sleep in them. These do not move. Once you've put them in place, they stay put. The second you put them on, they feel super cooling and super hydrating. They'd be even better in the fridge, wouldn't they? But even though I just use them straight from the packet, the first impression, I was like, I'm gonna be buying more of these when they run out because they're so good. So these are my favorite product from the range. Again, got all those amazing ingredients, fragrance free, nourishing and plumping under eye patch with the concentrated blend of hydrating ingredients. I actually think you could skip an eye cream using this because they are that impressive. But yeah, I absolutely love these, and I just kind of wish I could buy a couple individually wrapped just for like taking on a plane, because it'd be amazing for that. Maybe I'll just take the whole container with me. Then we have got the Hyaluronic Fix Extreme4 Concentrate 2%. So this one is one of the serums. There's two serums, I'm going to show you them both. So it says hydrate your skin with 2% Hyaluronic Fix Extreme Concentrate drops with a concentrated blend of 4 skin smoothing ingredients designed to leave skin looking visibly plumped and dewy. Fragrance free, and it says to apply 2 to 3 drops onto freshly cleansed skin, follow with the hydrating serum and or hybrid gel cream, which I also have, and I'll show you in a second. So this is in a glass bottle, and it's got a little pipette, and it is just a clear serum. It's quite... looks sticky, doesn't it, like when you get it out of the bottle, but I haven't found it to be sticky on the skin. I think it's just the texture of it and the kind of weight of the stuff that's in it. So if you just see how I smooth it onto the skin, can you see there's like an instant kind of radiance effect. It catches the light, so it does kind of make the skin look quite glowy. Don't get me wrong, I have got makeup on, but I do find it kind of makes the skin look quite glowy. It's not sticky or anything, and it just sinks into the skin. A couple of drops and you're done. It's a really impressive one. So I actually think of all of the kind of face products that I have used from this range, this is the one that really gets the moisture back into the skin. So if you are super dry or dehydrated, this is one you're definitely going to want to pick up. The other product they have is the Hydrating Serum. This is also very good, nearly as good as the 2%, but the 2% is just that little bit more powerful, more potent, I think, but you can use them together and get like the max effect, which is what I have been doing, which is why my skin is super hydrated at the minute. So it says, this lightweight serum delivers moisturising ingredients to dehydrated skin. The Hyaluronic Fix Extreme Complex helps to condition and plump the look of skin through hydration. Again, it is fragrance free, which I really appreciate, because fragrance sometimes irritates my skin a little bit. So it's in an airless pump like this. So it's like a gel texture. So if you are oily combo or you've not got super dry skin, you could definitely use this in place of a moisturizer, and that could be the end of it. Again, look at it adding that radiance. It feels a lot more cooling than the 2% serum does. So this one has more of an instant effect, but long term, I actually think the 2% serum pips it, like I said, with the amount of moisture it's pushing into the skin. That's what I've found. So the final product in the range is the moisturizer. Now, if you are dry or really dehydrated, I definitely would say the moisturizer as well. If you are more kind of oily combo, you could skip one of the serums and do the moisturizer, or just do the 2 serums and not. So you could kind of mix and match and see what works for you. Unusually for this moisturizer, because it is targeted towards dry, dehydrated skin, I expected it to be like a thick moisturizer, which is what we're usually used to for dry, sort of dehydrated skin, that kind of thick, emollient sort of feeling. This is a gel cream, which is quite unusual because normally a gel cream would be targeted more towards an oily or a combo skin type. So I was kind of surprised by the formulation. So it's not maybe as hydrating on its own as other dry skin moisturizers, but I actually think it's the perfect kind of summer moisture, even for dry, dehydrated skin. So it still looks like a cream, but texture-wise, it's very much more of a gel. So it's super light. Again, it's so cooling on the skin. It's like one of those products, and I'm like, I don't understand how it's this cold, but it literally gives you that cooling effect instantly. So you can see when you start to rub it in, it's not like it sinks in instantly like some gels. There is a little bit of working required, I think, because of those ingredients they've got in there for the dry skin. But it does still sink in, and it adds to that kind of dewy look. So you can see the difference. This hand has had all the treatments on and this hasn't, and you can just see the difference massively. Much more glow and hydration in the skin. So it says massage onto face and neck until fully absorbed, and it says for best results use after the hyaluronic concentrate and or serum. So of course, if you've got super dry dehydrated skin, you would definitely benefit from the whole range. I think if you're combo oily, you could kind of pick and choose a little bit, and of course it depends on how much of it you can kind of afford to pick up or where it fits in your routine and stuff. But there isn't any kind of negatives or duds in the range. Like I said, I've got some preferences of some over the others. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you know now what my favorites are and like rank everything in order, just in case you find that useful. So yeah, let's jump into it. So I kind of gave it away before, the eye masks are my absolute favourite, simply because, like I said, I use a lot of eye masks. I buy them a lot, I use them a lot, I feel like I've tried them all, and these are the best I've ever used. And that includes much more expensive ones. So very, very happy with these, and would definitely repurchase them. So they are absolutely going to the top of my list. I really like, so second place, the Micellar Daily Cleansing Pads. Like I said, I love using products like this. I just really enjoy them, and I feel like, particularly in the morning when I've just washed my face, I just feel like I appreciate that extra little bit of like coolingness and like hydration. It just kind of wakes me up and it feels better. So I really enjoy using these. These are a really nice formulation, fragrance free, and like I said, I can use them even if my skin is reacting. Then I would say for sure the Concentrate 2%. This is the one, like I said, that adds the most hydration for me in the routine, and you only need a few drops, so I think this is probably going to last about 6 months or something crazy like that. So super good value as well. But yeah, really good product. Next, I would say the Hydrating Serum. I really like this one as well. I actually prefer the packaging of this because it's got the airless pump, so I actually prefer the packaging of this to the 2% serum, and I think this one would be better for travelling because it is just in like plastic packaging instead of glass and things. The range, by the way, is also vegan and made from recycled plastic, if that's a concern for you. But yeah, I think this would travel better, and it is a really good hydrating serum as well. I did really enjoy the cleansing cream. Like I said, slight negative on the scent a little bit, but other than that, it is actually a really good cleanser, and I would use it and I will use it. So I just didn't know where to put this in the range because there's so many other products that I love even more. So this is going 5th, which of course leaves the moisturizer for number 6. Only reason for that is because I feel like for my skin, I could actually get away with not using a moisturizer if I use everything else in the range. So something had to go last, didn't it? And that's where this is falling, unfortunately, but it is still a really good product. So like I said, I'll drop links to all the products underneath if there's anything I've talked about that you're interested in and if you want to pick any up and give it a try. And thank you so much for Nip and Fab sending this to me. I really appreciate having a new routine to play around with, and I think I've definitely found some new favourites. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of this range? Have you tried any of it? Like I said, there are offers and stuff on it at the minute because it's a new launch, so I wouldn't wait too long when the offers go off. Might as well get it while the offers are on. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.